Hello. It's Wednesday. 7:01 by my clock. My name is Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. How are you tonight? I'm just getting everything set up for you. So give me just a half a second and we will get everything rolling and ready to go. I don't know if anybody's on yet with me. If you are, please say hello. Almost there. Yay! Almost. So before I get started, Joel had a couple suggestions for me. Hubby did. And one of the suggestions was to flip my mat and do everything up top. So when the comments are going, you can still see what I'm working on. So we're going to try that tonight. So let's see. So there's that. To stay current, stampingwithjohnny.com. Hey, dude, good job. Now what did you do? That would be the trick, right? And if you're joining me after we finish, please do #replay. And that's just so I can get the comments after everything's done. So, let me get a little bit of water and we're going to get going here. Alrighty, so I got the squeaky creaky chair. So, couple things I want to let you know about. Saturday, I'm doing a Christmas in July kickoff event. We are doing a 3D shadow box card. We are doing a bag out of a 12 by 12 piece of designer series paper. We are doing a cute box with a candle in it for centerpieces, for Advent, all kinds of different ideas. And then what's the fourth thing? I'm trying to remember. Oh, yes. The ho-ho-ho box. We are doing an inlaid box for gift giving with Ferrero Rochers. If I could say that, that would be awesome. So, hi, you're frozen here? What do you mean, Denise? I don't understand what you mean by frozen, other than the fact that the temp dropped like 25 degrees within the last, hour and a half. So, I know the feeling. I'm trying to figure it out myself. But if those of you that are tuning in are not from the high desert, it was like 118 yesterday, muggy, nasty. Today we've got rain and it's only like 85. So it's a little bit interesting. And it'll be back probably to 105 by, a couple days from now? So, we will get there like everything else. All right. So we've got the Christmas in July thing. I also want to show you next week, we've got card class, which happens on Tuesday here in 29, Thursday up in Yucca Valley, and Saturday morning as well as afternoon here in 29. You should have got the invite. If you did not get it and need it, please comment below. I will get it to you. But I did want to show you the cards we're doing. So this little guy is from the new animal set. And, the humidity is playing havoc with my snail. Oh, well. But anyways, this guy is spring-loaded. So our little kangaroo jumps. So we're going to learn how to make springs and all kinds of other stuff. Let's see. This one, we've got kind of an ombre rose effect going on here. And this paper was just too gorgeous to pass up, and we've got some new embellishments. So that's the easy one out of the three. And then this guy is out of that string art that probably you've seen. Okay? So this one's kind of interesting, and I had to work on this for quite some time because it's messy. So I think I figured out how to do it without getting a whole bunch of ink on my fingers. Believe it or not. So, alright, so for tonight, without anything else going on, we're going to make a wreath. Okay? And this wreath is one single leaf stamp. Yay, right? Okay, so we're going to be doing this with the Stamparatus tonight. The positioner, the thing that competes against the Misty, the thing that competes against Tim Holtz thing, and I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, so we're going to get that going. I'm going to show you how to make the template, and we're going to get this going because it's a little bit involved. It's not hard, but it's definitely involved. So let's get going on that and get things. Well, hi Cheryl, how are you, hun? So we're going to get the big shot here, and let me go through what I've done so far so that way you can stay up to date. All right, so I have a very vanilla card base, scored in the middle, cut in half, you know, the typicals, okay? I have a template already done, but honestly, I'm going to make one right now, so that's fine, okay? I have got Old Olive and the new color, Merry Merlot. And these are going to be our double mats for our card, okay? Because we're going to double mat and then do the center here in very vanilla as well, okay? And I'm just, oh, okay. Thought I lost my clear plate. I always tend to lose them. So, all right, so with this, for the template, if you have the largest square out of the layered square framelits, that is what we are using tonight. If you do not have it, it is like 2 7/8 inches, okay? I'm only telling you this because it works statistically with the largest piece of cardstock that I can cut for the big shot, which is a 6-inch square, by the way. I mean, obviously you can go much larger, but you gotta have it fit in the Stamparatus. You gotta have it fit through the big shot, and honestly, square makes sense in my brain because, well, it just does. So it's a 6x6 square, okay? If you want to measure, because you're the measuring type, feel free. I, however, am not, so I'm gonna eyeball and get the center here. If you are using the magnetic platform, which this is not, then your die will stick a little bit better than mine will. If you're not comfortable with eyeballing and then throwing a plate on top, what you need to do is probably get some washi tape. Make sure with the washi tape you put it on your clothes first, because otherwise it might tear your paper. And while it's a template, why would you want it to tear, right? So just stick it on your jeans real quick. Shorts, capris. Bathing suit does not have enough lint though, okay? So we're just gonna run this through real quick. The snapping and popping and cracking is normal, okay? So you want to keep this square because that is going to become your middle here, okay? So you want to make sure to keep that. Now, let me reload, okay? So we are bringing this back through. We are putting this back down just like before, and if I was smart I wouldn't move it, but I did have to pull the square out. Alright, so we did it square this time. We're going to do diamond this time, okay? And you're going to get it as close to center as possible, because that means your wreath is not going to be all cattywampus. So if you're a measurer, if you're a quilter, oh, that just moved, hold on. If you're a measurer, if you're a quilter, if you want it dead center, you need to measure, okay? So your center point is going to be at 3 inches coming up from both sides before you cut, okay? Because it's a 6-inch square. So it makes it kind of easy, right? Okay. So that's the deal with that. Let me get rid of my little triangles that will end up in my vacuum. And I'm just going to move my square for a second there. And move my other triangles. Did I miss any? Seems like I only got 3. But I can't see all the way over there. So I guess we're good. Alright, so we're going to move the big shot here. And we are going on the floor because that's just what it takes some days. Alright. So, alright, so with this, here's a little hint for you. If you noticed on the original, I wrote save and then an arrow up so I know which corner is my right hand corner. so things don't get messed up, okay? So I'm going to write save, and that means do not throw away when I'm all done, okay? That's what that means. So I don't know if you need to do it in bright red. I don't know if you need to do a bolder, just make it work, but you need to have something so that way it doesn't get tossed at the end of it and it's too big to put into a stamp case. So I haven't found a good solution for that yet. Maybe shave off the side so it does fit in a stamp case. I'm not sure, but you know, so be it. All right, so I'm grabbing my square, okay, and I'm grabbing the next step. So give me a second here while we get everything in motion. And I'm going to grab my Stamparatus, and I'm going to wait just a second for the screen to catch up with me. And you know what? I forgot my light. Let's see if that helps. Hold on. All right, so let's see. 1 second, I might jiggle for a sec. I'm going to see if that helps you guys. So, if it doesn't, I'll pull it off, but I'm going to wait and see. Oh, now we've got a little moon. So no, it's really not helping. Got it. I was trying, but it's a little bit different filming with the Stamparatus because it is shiny in comparison to everything else, which makes a little bit of a challenge, we'll just say, okay? Alrighty, so we're going to deal with a little bit of glare, and I'm working up on this top corner, so it shouldn't be too bad, in theory. I hope. We'll see, though. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so Stamparatus, you get 2 hinge plates. We're only going to use 1 tonight. And you've got 2 magnets, but we're only going to use 1 tonight. Do you see the pattern? Okay. So tonight we are, I'm not putting it up in the corner, okay? And actually we're going to put the template down first. So we're going to do this here, okay? And we're going to stick that corner down, okay? And then we are going to place our square kind of down inside of it, okay? And I'm just getting my leaf out here, and I'm trying to remember if it was the little one. Yeah, it had to be, okay? And I don't need a block, hello. I forgot about that. All right, so I'm just gonna find a starting point for my leaf, okay? So I'm gonna put it down here, and then I'm gonna hinge it over, right? Have you seen me do this enough times that you're like, yeah, I get it, I remember? I hope so. If not, we'll do it again. Alrighty. So we've got our old olive that is still a little new. So it creases and cracks a little, but it's okay. So we're inking up our leaf. Okay. And the brilliant thing to this is if you press too light, guess what? You can do it again. If you press it too hard though, guess what? I don't know how to get rid of the halos. Okay. So with this, however you turn your page is however you need to be consistent. So if you go to the left or counterclockwise, stay that way. If you want to go to the right and go clockwise, stay that way. But whichever way you start, keep going that way. So I'm going to the left. I'm going counterclockwise. Okay? So we're going to do this, and we're going to ink up. And we're going to hit all 4 corners, okay? So we're going to press a little. Yay, right? Okay. And then we're going to turn to the left. And if you don't want your thing popping up, you can get the other magnet out and position it. And then we're going to go a little bit. And I think I just moved my mat. But we'll see, okay? So there's my other leaf. Yes. Now you could do this with any small stamp that you want to make in a circular motion or a wreath or whatever you want to call it, okay? So if it's a little flower, if it's a candy cane, if it's a snowman, whatever it might be, go for it, okay? If it's more than about an inch, it gets a little bulky and you don't get enough stamps in and it looks goofy. Okay, so you want to make sure it's small enough. That's the only thing. Alrighty, so we've done all 4 corners. So now we're going to work on our diamond. So we're going to put it up here like this. And I'm going to get it to actually set in there. Yay, okay. And we're not moving our stamp at all. We're just moving our paper. Okay. Now, do you see that my leaf kind of went over? It's okay. So there's the chamois, which normally is a full-size guy, okay? But I've cut this one down into like 6 pieces specifically for this. Look. Wipe, wipe, wipe. Okay, done. And then we're gonna dry it. But then I don't have ink on my fingers, so it's a good thing. All right, so we were positioned this way. So we are going to, excuse me, sorry. So we're not gonna go square, we're doing diamond, right? We're gonna hit all 4 corners. You gotta think a little bit on this one. And at the end, if you have a blank spot, you gotta find it and then just go back to it, and it's okay. Okay? So we got that. And I guess I'm just gonna come over on every single one of these. So I'm just gonna dab this. This is just with water. So if you don't like dealing with cleaner and everything else, that would be a good substitute for you. And it's cheaper than the scrub pad. Instead of about 20 bucks, it's like 8. And it lasts quite well as long as you don't scrub on it. You're like stamping into it and it's damp with water, and then you let it dry in between. Okay? All right. So I'm going to turn this now so I don't have to think about it. And I'm going to dab where my leaf is. Okay? And I'm going to set this back down. Okay. Alrighty. And I told you this was Old Olive, correct? So, couple things with Stamparatus. I don't know if you saw the blog post this morning. The whole thing about fixing mistakes, that if it's not stamped enough, you can do it again. That's one mistake, is pressure. The other mistake is if your ink pads are not juicy enough or inked enough. Make sure to have a re-inker on hand. So I just wanted to let you know those are the 2 most common reasons why things don't work right. Okay? So, alright, so we've got our leaf done. Yay. Okay? So I'm going to grab this and I'm just going to show you. I am literally just, look at that. And that ink stays in there. You can rinse it, you can do whatever. I kind of have to soak these because, you know, we're in the desert, hello, so everything dries out here, of course. So I use the little spritzer guy and just have water in it and then run it in the sink like a chamois for your car, because they get crispy, you know, just like if you're doing your car stuff. And so, you know, just run it in the sink really good, or soak it in a shallow dish or something like that. And then I'm looking for my stamp set. It's right here, of course, right under my nose. Anyways, so you do that, and then, you know, I have it in, hold on a minute, let me just show you. I have it in a stamp case with all my bits and my spritzer, and then when I'm done, this is my wet one. These are all dry. See? These are kind of crispy. So I just let it soak for a minute and then, you know, keep it damp as needed. You don't want to leave it damp because they will mold. Just like everything else, but it's kind of a cool thing, and I like the fact that there's not always cleaner going onto my stamps. So, all right, so I'm gonna pull this guy closed, snap shut. We'll see if we have the hang of this yet, huh? All right, so we've got Mary Merlot is coming out. Okay. And we are going to do Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You. Okay? And I keep forgetting that I do not need a block. Still not in my head completely. Okay? So I'm going to position this here. push a little to get it to stick. Yay, right? My paper popped a tiny bit, so I'm just gonna redo. And then we're gonna ink this guy up. One thing you wanna make sure that it's not upside down. I have done that before. We cannot fix upside down. Well, in this case, I guess we could, but. Okay, now say I barely drop it and I forget to push. Okay, see what I got there going on? Okay, this is the brilliance of Stamparatus. Okay, I ink this sucker again, and guess what? Oh, I remember to push a little this time. And look at that. Good? I still don't like that corner though, so I'm gonna do it a third time. And as long as your paper hasn't moved, which mine shouldn't have, I can do it as many times as I need to until I'm happy, unless of course I've stamped with the halo. So that's perfect. I'm stopping there if you haven't figured that out. Okay? So we're gonna snap this guy shut and clean that. I'm actually cleaning my stuff. Are you guys impressed? So sometimes I don't remember. See that ink that's in there? That's okay though. That's just stain. It won't come out, I promise. I've tried and it doesn't come out. All right, so this is the Rooted in Nature stamp set, if anybody's asking. And we're gonna grab this guy, and I'm gonna leave this here, but normally I would take this off. Maybe the templates I store here, I don't know. I haven't quite got that far yet, okay? All right, so I've got my Be Strong. I have got all my stuff, and I've got my new Trio Punch, which is my corner rounder. See how my corners are rounded? And I think with the difference with this one, I'm gonna round all the corners so it looks a little more uniform. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my card base and I'm gonna put that up. Now with this one, this is not like the last Trio Punch we had that we had to basically sit on for it to work. This one's super easy. Look at this. Done. Okay, so we're gonna stick this in until the two corners go here and here. This one does not work well if it's upside down, so you gotta trust the foil, okay? This is not designed, press in the middle, not on the corners. That's how you jam it, okay? And maybe I shouldn't have my paper move too, okay? Look how easy that is though, right? Okay, so I'm grabbing this guy and doing that, and grabbing this guy and going, and grabbing this guy. Make sure to kind of stay on the corners because you don't want your fingers in that ink, okay? The less contact you have with oils in your skin and ink, the better for you and for the paper. I do not know how many times I've ended up with it all the way up to my elbows, if not further. So it's definitely a challenge some days more than others. That string one, I really thought I was going to end up covered, but I got lucky. I have been covered in the past though. Alright, so if you want to keep these for shaker cards or whatnot, you can. I personally, if I kept everything, you wouldn't find me because I'd be buried in a mountain of paper, okay? Or cardstock, rather. Alrighty, so we are going to fold our card base, yes, okay, and I'm going to find my snail, and I am going to grab my old olive and grab a bunch of snail on it, and I am going to attempt to make it straight. The mats I did a 1/2 inch in, so the card is 5.5 by 4 1/4. The first mat is 5 by 3 3/4, and then take a 1/2 inch. You get the drift, right? Okay. I wanted a little bit more of a sandwich effect, I guess you would call it. So, and then I'm gonna grab my dimensionals, pop-ups, what else do you want to call them? I'm not sure. So I'm gonna grab, this is why we have 4 fingers, right? To make it work. Okay. Unless they get stuck on your finger. Okay. So we're gonna peel these double-sided guys. If you are having trouble, I still love this tip from Carol. If you are having trouble getting these little guys to come off, just take your thumb and do this and they'll come right off. Okay? If for some reason your fingers are just not working, which has happened, by the way, to me. I don't know about you. Make sure you've got it going right side up and not upside down or sideways. I only say that because, you know. Do I need to say more? Okay. So we've got that going on, and I'm looking for my bling that I purposely put out. Ah, where did it go? You guys, I always lose my stuff. You know that? Okay. Bling, 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 where are you? 1 second. Ha! Of course I put it away. It was on the table, and yeah. Some days, I wonder. All right. So we're going to grab our faceted gems. Lise would tell me, oh, I guess that one didn't want to stay. Lise would tell me to use the paper piercer, but I'm just going to wing this, and we will get there like everything else. Okay? And if you're wondering, I'm using the purple ones out of it. And let's see. There's some little guys here. We're going to do these. Remember to do in odd numbers, not evens, right? Okay. We're going to put this guy back on because at $5 to $7 a sheet, guess what? You're going to save them, right? I know I am. Okay. So that is what we're looking at. And then if I stamp the back of this guy, I'm done. I don't know about y'all, but this is a good deal. I got one more card done. Yay! And I really like the sentiment. Okay. Remember to hold your stamp on there for a couple seconds to let that ink go into that paper. You'll have a crisper image. It's a little fuzzy when you don't let that kind of go in. Okay. So I guess I should ask you, which card? Do you like the corners rounded or the square ones? I'm not sure. I like both, but it gives it a little more finished look, but I don't know. Anyways, so that's what I have for tonight. Remember to follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com. And if you're joining me after, hashtag replay so I can follow the comments and get things done. If you are interested in coming for Saturday, please let me know by Friday at noon. If you are interested in the card classes, every single RSVP is 3 days before the deadline. So Tuesdays is Saturday, Thursday is the RSVP is Monday, and Saturdays is Wednesday. And I hope that makes sense. Yeah, Cheryl, I like both of them too, honey. So, you know, it's just what it is, right? So, all right, so that's about all I have for tonight. Thank you for joining me, and we will get things done. And if I don't see you, have a great summer, day, week, weekend, and whatever else you want to say. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.